Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Kat. I'm a registered dietitian and online nutrition coach. And today is a little bit different of a video because I wanted this to be aimed at distributors, at coaches, at representatives of the nutrition related MLM companies that I often do deep dives into. And I wanted to really make sure that they know that I don't hate them. I have respect for them and why they want to help people to have their best health and get to a healthier place. And so you might be surprised by this video, maybe you're not, but I really just wanted to talk about the potential that they can have and how they can really use that outside of that nutrition related MLM company, and how they're really only using a small percentage of their gifts ultimately, and their talents and their entrepreneurial spirit overall. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's the thing. If you are a coach or a distributor or representative of any of the companies that I have done a critical deep dive of, which all of them have been critical, I don't hate you. You might not like me very much because I criticized the brand that you are representing, the products that you are selling, but my frustration and my reasoning for talking about those products are nothing to do with you. Unless you are specifically like spreading very harmful like nutrition, health related messaging, then I really have a whole lot of respect for you and the fact that you want to help people get healthier. I think that is an awesome thing to have this kind of heart and this kind of like just desire to help people to feel good because maybe you experienced something that really helped you in your health, right? Like that is very admirable and I think that's awesome. But I think that if you really want to help people, I feel like you can do a whole lot outside of that company. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to offer you, I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm going to offer you this awesome opportunity. No, but I just want to offer you information that shows you another way so you don't get hurt by these companies ultimately. I don't even know where to start. There's a lot that we're going to be talking about in this video. I've had a couple of Beachbody coaches actually reach out to me because of my 2-part deep dive on Beachbody. Some of them reached out, some of them who are kind of on the fence of continuing it versus leaving it, and we just had an awesome conversation. And on the other side, some of the other companies, I've had some comments and just kind of feedback that I don't know what I'm talking about and that I shouldn't talk about companies that I haven't tried their products, that I am stupid. And to that, like they're attacking words. That's fine. My concern is that the idea that you have to try something in order to know that it's not something that you would recommend. That is that's not a true thing. I have never tried street drugs. But at the same time, I am able to look at what the data says, what the like scientific evidence says, what we know about those street drugs, and I don't have to try them in order to know that it's not a good idea for me to do those. I don't have to try them in order to have an educated opinion on them. And so I don't understand when somebody does comment and say like, I don't know anything because I haven't tried the products. Like, that's not how it works. But I just wanted to get on here because I want to make sure that the distributors, the coaches, the representatives of the companies that I have talked about, and that even the ones that are coming up in the future that I'm working through, I respect probably the reason why you got into the company in the first place. And that kind of leads me to the first talking point of when people usually join these nutrition-related MLM companies, it's because of two reasons, usually. So one of the reasons is that they do kind of have this desire to help people get healthier, maybe because they are kind of that kind of fitness, health, nutrition kind of coach personality, or they had an awesome experience and they kind of want to share that with others, or somebody had kind of an opposite experience, right? Maybe they had like a family member with something going on and now they want to help people to not experience those same things. So like something around that. And then they also have some other kind of vulnerability going on. So whether that be like they can't find a job in their specific area, or they don't really, they need more money or something, they want to spend more time with their kids or something. They have some kind of like vulnerability. And when both of those mix, you get a Beachbody coach. Just kidding. But really, that is where a lot of these distributors and representatives come in to the company from. And they're sold this kind of dream, this kind of idea how much better their life will be as part of the company. And having their own kind of business, whether they call it a franchise or anything of that nature, there's rhetoric around being the boss, being the CEO, being in charge of your business. And as I mentioned in previous videos, it's not your business. And I don't really want to know if I want to keep saying they or you, because this video is directed at those distributors, because I want to have a conversation, because I see so much potential in so many of y'all. The MLM, it's not your business, because you don't have any say over the products, over the product names, the colors of the products, the ingredients of the products, the ingredient acquisition, the copy around it, the marketing, the structure even of the company, right? Like if it was your company, you wouldn't have to worry about making X amount of points in order to qualify for that month. Or you wouldn't have to worry about getting so many customers or other distributors or other coaches in order to move up a rank or level. If you were the CEO, you could just pull yourself up at the top and be done with it. But because it's not your business. You are 100% on the distributing side of that business. And there's nothing wrong necessarily with being a salesperson, right? Like being a distributor of anything. We need people to, like if you have a large company, it's not that structured, like you still need people to sell that product, right? And that's okay. It's just the idea that there's rhetoric behind it being your business when you're only on that small portion of it. One, the amount of products that are out there in the world right now, in the health area, nutrition area, it's kind of becoming really saturated. We have so many different protein powders to choose from, so many kind of meal replacement powders, so many bars, so many kind of even collagen products, energy type products. Like there are so many to choose from. And if you are a distributor for a company that sells them, you're probably likely like going to be like all in on that specific company's products and be like, these are the best ones, these are the highest quality, these are the best ones that I've tried, these are like the best overall. When if you have a company that's selling a lot of different products, like they can't be the best in everything. Maybe they're the best in one thing, but like they can't be the best at everything. That's not how it works. And on the health professional side, like that is an immediate red flag for me, because you can't just put all your eggs in one basket of a company that you have zero say on the ingredients or anything of that nature of the products. You can't just all of a sudden say that just because it's produced by this specific company, then it's going to be like the best thing ever, because that's just not how it works. I have my favorite brand of peanut butter, the favorite kind of peanut butter that I love and that I will recommend. But if somebody doesn't want to buy that specific one because it's a little bit more pricey, then I will just give them other kind of guidelines to kind of choose from and say, you know, try this other kind. It has a similar ingredients or similar lack of ingredients, and, you know, try it and see how you like it. Or same thing with my protein powders. I have a very specific protein powder brand that I usually purchase from. But if I, like, for some reason, if I need to use a different brand, like, that is okay. And I will allow other brands in this household too. Like, my husband's using a different brand currently. And it's just, I am not going to, even collagen, right? I have my specific brand that I really like. But if I want to, if I'm in a pinch or I need to use another brand, like, that is okay too. And as somebody, as a health professional who is recommending specific products to clients, to athletes, to customers on a normal basis, I give them kind of my experience, but I'll also say, look, there are other companies, other products that are pretty similar. Like, here are some different options. See which ones you like, see which ones you are available to you, see which ones you want to try, and then go from there. And so I think that is really important to just kind of remember that just being a coach in general and just pushing this one specific product from one company, that has some issues with it, especially when you get commission off of it. And getting commission off of anything, that doesn't make it a bad thing, but it's just when you tie that with one specific company that you're getting commissions on, that you need points in order to qualify for the month, that you need people to try so that you can get them on your team so that you can level up, that becomes a conflict of interest. And if you are trying to be a health coach or a nutrition coach, or if you are a health professional, don't do that. The credibility of you as a professional, it is not strengthened by that. I will say that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is that one of the reasons why you decided to join the team, to have your own business with the company, is that you have an entrepreneurial spirit within you. And that is something that I love. I have so many friends who have actual small businesses, and I think that we are just, you know, not everybody is made to not everybody wants to have their own kind of business. Not everybody, a lot of people really love their 9 to 5, and that is awesome. And the jobs that I had that were 9 to 5 before, they were great. Like, they were good. And it was also awesome because once my time was up, I didn't have to work anymore. Like, I could go home, I could chill, I could just relax, I could do whatever I wanted. But now I don't have any time for that. I'm working literally like all the time. I don't get any days off. I don't get weekends off. And that is my own doing, right? Because I have a lot to get done with my small online business. But if you have this kind of entrepreneurial spirit, one, I can identify with that and I love that. Two, this company is only allowing you to use a small percentage of your skills and your spirit, your talents, your expertise to just be on the distributing side, the selling side. That takes away so much of your creativity, and it's just that's not what being an entrepreneur, that's not what it's about. That's not taking into account all of the things that you can do and all of the things that you can share in this world. Just be aware of that, of how little the structure allows you to really thrive as an entrepreneur. Ask yourself, I have a couple of questions, of just questions to ask yourself if you are part of a company like this, and if you're really trying to decide, like, is this something that I want to continue doing? So asking, do I want everyone I see to be a prospect? So a prospect, whether that is a customer or distributor. If you have your own company, your true company, you're going to have a niche or niche, whatever you call it, and that allows you to not see everybody as this kind of as an opportunity or anything, and it just it calms you down. Do you want your stolen moments to be filled with messaging? So if you are trying to become a coach of any nature, like in the health field. If you're in this kind of company, your goal is going to be to want to acquire and get other coaches and distributors on your team. When in reality, when you are trying to hone in on your skills and everything, you really should be focusing more so on you. Like, yes, you have to focus on others too, but you shouldn't be putting so much effort into getting other people to be the coach, right? Like, you need to focus on you. You need to hone in and build your skills as that leader in the industry. Top tier distributors still recruit and share the opportunity, because if they have a certain leg or part of their team kind of walk away, they need to always rebuild. Like, it's a in and out the door kind of thing, kind of structure. Like, this is from company to company. People are always in and out. And because of that, there is a need, even at the top levels, to still recruit, to still share the opportunity. And so asking yourself, is spending time inviting others truly fun for me? Is it truly something that falls in line with how you want to see yourself as a coach? Because if it's not, then it's not going to be fun. Like, inviting people and sharing the information, sharing the opportunity, doing a 15-minute presentation. Do you see yourself as a health coach? Whatever that looks like to you, is that part of it? Because it doesn't have to be. I don't invite people to be clients or customers. I don't. People come to me. I don't do presentations. I don't do kind of information sessions or anything like that. I think that is a huge waste of time, because the amount of people that you have to go through for them to get one, right? Like, go for no. How much time are you spending going for no? That's a lot of time when you could have people come to you. As a hired leader, do I want to rely on encouraging team/downline to meet monthly goals? As a hired leader, you have to encourage your team in order to reach those goals. You have to have those kind of calls, telling them that they can do it and doing these kind of trainings. Like, does that look like being a health coach to you? No. I never do those kind of meetings. Do I mind a portion of my hard-earned commissions be consistently paid to upline several levels up? There are a lot of people in these companies who claim to be 6-figure, 7-figure earners. Where do you think they're getting their money from? And you could say that my overhead that I use, let's say like for my electronic medical record, right? Like, that is something that I pay for on a monthly basis. However, if those people, for whatever reason, if they make me upset, I can move. I can have my money go to someone else. Because it's my business, I can say who I want my overhead to go to. And with this, you will always have, you don't have any say over that. They will always go to those specific upline unless you switch to another line, but they will go to those uplines several layers deep. And there is that CEO at the actual company who's making all that money. And there's other people in those high level seats who are also making incredible amounts of money. And so just know where your money is coming from and ask, who do I want my money to go to? Because as an online business owner, an LLC, I have 2 LLCs. I can choose who I'm paying my overhead to. And if those people upset me in any way for whatever reason, I can move to another company. And, I think that's cool. Another question is, do I want to be glued to my phone even at home for someone else's company? Again, that one's a huge one, because I don't mind working like all day because it is my business and I have 100% control over everything. And I love that because I'm able to use my entrepreneurial spirit that is so strong. I can use that in all the different areas of my business. And there are some parts of my business that I really don't enjoy doing, but it is okay because I can pay other people to help me with those specific things. And if you can't pay for somebody, at this moment, then that's okay. Like, you might have to, it's not going to be easy. It's not, but I think the enjoyment is a little bit greater, at least in my experience. For me, do I want to be glued to my phone? No, but sometimes I do work, most of the time I do work very long hours, even though it's at home, and I, kind of do things here and there. I can take a break and go work out in the middle of the day and not ask anything, or I can go to Starbucks and grab, go through a drive-through or something. So just to say that, like, if you want your own business, you will still likely be pretty much glued to your phone, but do you want to do that for someone else's company? Ask yourself that. So in order to be successful in a nutrition related MLM or, non-nutrition related, you need to have 4 pillar beliefs, like rock hard. You need to have belief in the product, you need to have belief in yourself, you need to have belief in the company, and you need to have belief in the business model, the structure, which is that direct selling, that MLM kind of structure. So I would really encourage you to spend time in each of those areas. So spend time asking yourself how you really feel about your belief in the product. It might be solid, right? You might have a lot of belief in yourself too, if you're doing, a lot of the self-development that they often encourage. But ask about your belief in the company and your belief in the structure, and really do some research in the structure. I think that the more that you can get information from the structure from non-biased sources, so like going to the FTC, seeing what they say, how they describe certain kind of structures, that is really important. And I will say that by spending time in each of these areas, I feel like it really helps you to kind of see where, if you feel a little bit off, and it can really help you to kind of align yourself with maybe being that coach outside of that kind of company. Spending time in that belief in the business model, like really asking questions about it and looking more into it, that was really the reason why I stopped being aligned with the company that I was working with before. If you have a lot of belief in yourself, that number 1 pillar, that has nothing to do with the company. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit, you can do this kind of work outside of that company. If you don't have belief in yourself, let's grow it. You can grow it. You can do it. If you have that entrepreneurial spirit, like if you want to have your own business, if you want to have more control, if you want to help people with their health, you can do it without the MLM company. And the reason why I say that, and why I'm even, like, you could say like, well, yeah, I could do it without it, but I could also do it with it. But ask yourself all of those questions, and do you see yourself, do those really align with what actual health coaching and nutrition coaching, does it align with it? Because when I look at the actions and what is involved in helping people like with their health and like that whole coaching side, I don't know why I said coaching like that. That whole coaching side, that doesn't have anything to do with those other points that I was saying, like filling your stolen moments with the messaging, making sure that you are getting your team to fill their bonuses and meet those bonuses, having to encourage people all the time and invite people and share that opportunity, having your commissions be constantly going to the same people, several levels up and layers up. Like none of that needs to be involved in nutrition coaching and health coaching. So kind of wrapping this up, you might be asking yourself like, well, what do I do then? I want to help other people, but I don't know how without being part of this nutrition related MLM company. And so you can reach out to me. There are a lot of different nutrition and health and fitness kind of ways, directions that you can go depending on kind of what direction you want to go in and who you want to help. And there are going to be other things that you might need to do. You might have to spend more time in school, depending on, what specific kind of area you want to work in and everything. If like you want to become a registered dietitian, that's going to look a lot different than if you want to kind of just help somebody like generally create more action focused, behaviorism focused kind of coaching. Like it just depends kind of what you want to do. If you want to do medical nutrition therapy and help people with their diabetes or with any kind of nutrition related medical condition, then yeah, you're going to need more time in school. And if you want to do medical nutrition therapy, then becoming a registered dietitian, that's an option too. But you don't have to do that in order to be helpful to people in the field overall. And so because there are so many ways though, like if you have specific questions, like reach out, let me know. I would love to help steer you in a couple of different directions and kind of have a conversation with you about that. I also wanted to say, if you are looking into getting a nutrition certification of any kind, be sure that you know who is behind it, who is actually creating the content, or who is the team creating the content, because there are some nutrition certifications right now who are being written by people who have education in education and not necessarily in nutrition or anything health related. So you really want to make sure that the people who are creating that certification, that they actually know what they're talking about and they just didn't do like a Google search for everything. And know that just because somebody creates a certification, that doesn't mean that you can legally do something with that certification. You don't have to necessarily follow any laws or anything in creating a certification. Like if I wanted to create a certification and call it that, I could do that and make a weekend nutrition certification course. Like there's really nothing stopping me from doing that other than that would not align with my values. So just be aware at the actual people behind it, and don't just take it because it says that it's a nutrition certification, because there's a lot of scammy nutrition certification businesses out there. And make sure that they are teaching you things that you can do legally within your state. State licensure is its whole monster, but there are things within nutrition like coaching and whether you can do like personal nutrition recommendations or anything of that nature, that falls under nutrition licensure law. And so sometimes there are nutrition related certifications that will do certs for things, but then you really won't be able to use them legally, at least depending on the different state that you're at. So just kind of being aware of that. So I really just wanted to make this video to let you know that you can really do nutrition related, health related, fitness related things without needing to be a part of a specific kind of nutrition related MLM or any kind of MLM for that nature. That you can truly be a small business owner and have full control over everything, and that you can do this without having to just be sold into this kind of company that really doesn't care about you. It is not your company. If you have that entrepreneurial spirit and if you really want to help people with their health, don't let the MLM hold you down. If you don't have that self-confidence to kind of do it on your own, don't let that MLM keep you there because you don't have that self-confidence to do it on your own. You are worth more. You are worth using your full entrepreneurial spirit, and you don't need them. You don't need them. You truly don't need them. You got this. If you want to do it, if you have questions, let me know. I have nothing to sell. I don't do, I'll, do some mentoring here and there, but I don't have any kind of courses or anything. There are a lot of dietitians who do, and a lot of like nutrition, people who I really trust who help people to get their online program, their LLC going and everything. I don't do any of that. And so I am 100% here. I'm not here to sell you anything, but I would hate for you to feel stuck because you want to help people and you don't know where to go. You're hearing all of this conflicting information. Like you want to get out of your MLM and you want to use more of your entrepreneurial spirit, but you don't know how. That's okay. Let me know or leave a comment down below. I don't know, maybe there are several of y'all who can identify with this, but I just don't want you to feel like you are being held down by them, because you are worth more. You can provide so much more. Your just energy is so much better served outside. And again, if you continue to be a part of the company, I don't hate you or anything. I have seen a lot of people throughout the years, just they'll be like all in and then they'll just kind of fade out. That's okay, because we learn more, we grow more. So I just wanted to really just make this video to make sure that as distributors, you know that where my energy and focus is coming from for the deep dive videos that I do regarding the nutrition side of things, it's not against you. It's about the company. Even if you want to call me names, if you want to call me stupid or anything like that, like others have, that is okay. As long as you're not attacking anybody in the comments, that is okay. But just know that this is not personal. This is not against you, unless you are spreading very, very harmful, dangerous messaging around nutrition and health overall. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, leave a like. I realize that I have not created a lot of videos recently. I had a lot on my plate, but I want to get back. Hit the bell icon, but only if you want. Like, I don't want you to subscribe and like never watch a video, because then that just doesn't help anybody. But only, you know, if you enjoy this vibe, please subscribe. If you are watching other videos of mine, I would appreciate it. And that's all I have for you today. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.